Hi, this is Joel, and I'm about to go through my playbook trade from December 7th, 2018, and it's called Market Play Momentum Scalp. So the big picture is volatility is elevated thanks to a huge market sell-off that started on December 4th. Um, Basically, it was up near 280, and it culminated in eventually yesterday reaching down to about 263, which is where it started to bounce from before Thanksgiving. So it totally erased that. Um, a measure of volatility that you can use to decide to trade, um, whether to play the market or whether to focus on stocks in play, per S&B Capital um, guidelines is if the VIX is above 20, means should be focusing on trading the market versus other stocks in play. Um, Whereas if it's below 15, you should focus on stocks in play. And what I've noticed, because I used to not take their advice and trade the market because it was a little intimidating to me and I didn't really know how, and it's very, a lot higher dollar value stocks than I'm used to trading. What I noticed is, and what they say is that the market, when it's this in play, can actually artificially affect other stocks that you might be trying to trade. So say you're watching a stock consolidate, it's making a nice wedge pattern, you feel really strongly that it's a long, and it should be. You get in at the right time, the stock finally breaks the consolidation and starts to move, but at the same time, the market takes a dump. What happens on days like today is that will a lot of times stop your stock that you're watching. It'll stop its up move in its tracks, and it will do a down move as well. So I've learned that lesson the hard way, and starting yesterday, I decided, okay, I'm going to try with small size to trade the market on days like this. And I actually had a lot of fun doing this. I got to make a bunch of trades and I learned some good info. And today I did a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I had a small green day. Today I had a fairly large green day, including an order error that I had that resulted in a loss of 30 cents per share. I forgot to cancel an order that was hanging out somewhere, and before you knew it, I was in and took a 30-cent rip. But still had a day that was, maybe my second best day since I've really been trying to train as a day trader. So very encouraging, very fun couple of days. Um, so yeah, that's the big picture. So intraday fundamentals. Um, Steve Spencer from S&B Capital says, and this is what I try to do, that when it's this volatile, use larger stops than you're used to and use smaller size. Don't worry about losing money because there's so many opportunities that they'll come around, but obviously try to take good opportunities. Don't just throw your money away. Um, Yesterday when I was really trying to learn, I was using really large stops like 25, 35, 40 cents. Um, and actually had pretty good luck in terms of, I think I made a total of, $4.75 a share, but I also lost $3.75 a share. So a very small green day um, yesterday because I had some other losses in there if I'm just, talking about just trading the spies. Um, so I did a similar analysis to the one I did just for my trades from 3 or 4 days ago, and I just tried to look and said, all right, my trades that were successful, how much drawdown did they even use? And just like the other day, you can see most of my trades here for the two market um, names I was trading, SPY and VXX. I mean, the ones that turned out to be successful barely, it really didn't draw down at all, except on a couple of occasions. So I said, all right, I need to do a lot smaller stops today. And I did. I used a lot of times 10-cent stops, 15-cent stops. One time I used a 25-cent stop and I felt it was warranted in that case just because I was so sure that I wanted to be in this trade and it was below a key level. I didn't know exactly where to set a stop, but I actually had got stopped out a second before and got back in and said, all right, I'm just going to set a bigger stop here because I feel confident about this. Then another time in the trade we're about to talk about, I used a 25-cent stop just out of old habits, which there wasn't a need for it in that case. But anyways, improved, and my P&L improved as a result because my trades that I got wrong, I took a 10-cent loss instead of a 35-cent loss. And the trades I got right, I think for the most part, they just went right. They didn't need much of a drawdown. So here's technical analysis. Here's a SPY 30-minute chart from the last 2 days preceding this one. You can see it started up at this 278 level, sold off all day down to roughly 270. Then in the pre-market yesterday, gapped down to 266. And then once the market opened, got down to that 263-ish level that it was at the day before Thanksgiving, and made a nice turnaround the rest of the day up to 270, where it kind of gapped down and was holding between 268 to 270 in the pre-market. So anything could really have gone today. It could have made a big jump. It could have taken a dump on the open and flushed down. Just sort of needed to be nimble. Um, I'm still developing my biases as far as like trying to understand what I think the market might do. So I'm just now for this trying to mostly just make little scalps, and also if there's some key levels that it comes to, try to get in and hold the trade for like some kind of bigger move. So reading the tape, I can't tell you exactly how, but my brain signaled to me that this was a strong down move and to get in immediately. And I was watching tape and the charts at the same time. I've gotten a feel for this recently and have really been trusting my intuition, especially today, getting in. And yesterday this happened, and there was a lot of times where I just watched good trades go by because I didn't want to pull the trigger. So this is some really good steps for me. So trade management, you can see right here, and that, never mind that rectangle that's just hanging out from another slide that I copied. I was kind of doing some stuff. I was just shorting kind of this move on and off in here. When it failed at 269 level, I looked at it and I said, I got to get in this thing. There's no, the 268 level is a key level from yesterday, and I need to, it's going to go down there. There's no way it's going to stop and hang out in here. And I just bang, just got in. I set an initial stop. Like I said, I shouldn't have set it for 25 cents. I should have set it for 5 cents or something like that, or 10 cents, probably 10 cents. But it looked, I mean, you can see the big volume increase here as well. And I just quickly put a limit order in for 266.30, thinking I'm just gonna think I can safely get there. And yeah, it was kind of a bang, like maybe 1 minute long trade or less, made 35 cents. So it's pretty good. Some things I did well. I trusted my instincts. Not, as I was saying, I missed out the last couple days because of indecision and trying to overanalyze versus just trusting myself. I had a good order entry here to maximize my trade and just make sure I got filled at a price I was looking for. And I had a good, like I said, good recognition of the situation. Areas of improvement for starters would be I didn't trust my analysis with setting a tight stop. And I set a big stop. It didn't matter, but like that's just something I'm trying to get out of, setting these unnecessarily large stops because I'm, don't like getting stopped out. But just look at the numbers. I'd rather get stopped out for 10 cents than 30 cents, and it adds up. So like this is something I'm just going to keep working on, visualizing, meditating, trying to just imagine myself getting stopped out and just getting to be okay with it. Another area of improvement is just getting better at capturing bigger moves. I'm happy with how I was trading today, but a lot of these were catching bits and pieces of bigger moves. So that's something I'd like to add to my trading. But for now, I'm happy with how I was doing. So that's my playbook trade for today. And I have a good one from yesterday where I captured a nice bigger move. It was more like a point off, like at the time when it tested the morning high, and I'll write that one up and post that too, probably tomorrow. So thanks for watching.